Well, hello, I'm Dwayne Matz. Welcome to today's Living Word. We're continuing in the book of Isaiah, chapter 17, going to pick it up at verse 1. This is the burden against Damascus. Behold, Damascus will cease from being a city, and it will be a ruinous heap. The cities of Arar are forsaken. They will be for flocks, which lie down, and no one will make them afraid. The fortress also will cease from Ephraim, the kingdom from Damascus, and the remnant of Syria. They will be as the glory of the children of Israel, says the Lord of hosts. In that day it shall come to pass that the glory of Jacob will wane, and the fatness of his flesh grow lean. It shall be as when the harvester gathers the grain and reaps the heads with his arm. It shall be as he who gathers heads of grain in the valley of Rephaim. Yet gleaning grapes will be left in it, like the shaking of an olive tree. 2 or 3 olives at the top of the uppermost bough, 4 or 5 in its most fruitful branches, says the Lord God of Israel. In that day, a man will look to his Maker, and his eyes will have respect for the Holy One of Israel. He will not look to the altars, the work of his hands. He will not respect what his fingers have made, nor the wooden images, nor the incense altars. That's Isaiah 17, 1 through 7. So Isaiah now prophesies against Damascus. This proud city will now become a ruinous heap. Other cities will be turned into pasture land. The glory that was once bestowed upon Jacob will wane, and lean times will come their way. When the lean times come, when the proud fortresses come tumbling down, when man understands that there's only one true God, then his eyes will have respect for the Holy One of Israel. He will wake up and see the folly of trusting in the works of his hands. Sometimes God has to strip things away from us in order for us to stop and consider who he really is. When your world comes crashing down, remember the one who created the world, and look again to the Holy One of Israel. And remember the words of David in the 24th Psalm when he said, "The earth is the Lord's, and all its fullness, the world and those who dwell therein. For he has founded it upon the seas and established it upon the waters. Who may ascend into the hill of the Lord, or who may stand in his holy place? He who has clean hands and a pure heart, who has not lifted up his soul to an idol, nor sworn deceitfully. He shall receive blessing from the Lord, and righteousness from the God of his salvation." Well, the only place we get righteousness from is from Jesus Christ. Clean hands and a pure heart are only found in Jesus. So be found in him through God-granted faith, and leave the ruinous heap of your own works behind as you ascend into the holy place of the Lord. I'm Dwayne Matz, and that's today's Living Word.